American Sniper is a 2014 film that I was lucky enough to catch a screening for because this movie doesn't even come out until Christmas time. It is directed by Clint Eastwood and it's based off of a true story where we meet this guy, Chris Kyle, who is played by Bradley Cooper. And Chris Kyle, at the beginning, you see that he's pretty much a redneck cowboy who likes his life and likes what he's doing and pretty much thinks he has it all figured out until 9/11 happens. And that makes him join the military. And when he's in the military, you see that he vastly becomes the greatest U.S. sniper in history. And throughout the film, not only do you see the mindset he has to get to that level and to be that good at it, how he's constantly killing people left and right, hell, even some kids. But then you see that whenever he gets to come home after a tour, he can't really relax. He can't live in his own self. He can't be with his wife and kids. Now, what I think of American Sniper is I like this movie. I did. And I didn't really know what to expect going in. I did see one trailer like a week or so before this, but the trailer didn't really show a whole lot. It pretty much showed one scene. That's the scene of how this movie starts. So I knew who directed it, I knew who starred in it, but I didn't even know that it was based on a true story until I went to the screening. First thing I want to talk about is Bradley Cooper, because, wow, Bradley Cooper, I know by now how good of an actor he is, but it's funny that I still sometimes think of him as the guy from The Hangover, even though he's done plenty of films that I've loved since, like Limitless or American Hustle, where he rounds out a pretty good performance. But here, this is definitely his best performance. He fully becomes this guy. Not just because of the accent or the hard-ass demeanor that he has at the beginning, but seeing him overseas and seeing how much it screws him up to have to do what he does, and even his reaction of seeing his friends around him getting killed, and how he takes it hard, but then he comes up with a rational explanation of why they're dying, and even his friends and colleagues around him call him the legend, the myth. He's that good at his job, and I'm not saying it's the first time, obviously, a movie has done something like this, but the character study of watching a guy who is that at home in war, and then when he actually goes home, he can't deal. He can't be in a normal environment and be calm. You see his wife, played by Sienna Miller, who he met right before he left. He got married to her, they had kids, but he keeps going back, and he does at least 3 or 4 tours out there, and she's just mentally breaking down from him. She's seeing how he's losing it. He's losing his grip. You can't really be around him because he'll sit there on the couch, he'll stare off at the TV that's not even on, and in his head he's sort of reenacting everything that he went through. And he also he blames himself for when he is home, because he knows he's so good at his job that the longer he's not out there, the more people are getting killed, and he blames himself. So watching a character deal with that and put that much weight on him was pretty bad, and the PTSD that he's going through and how he could hardly interact with his kids. One scene at his kid's birthday party, he almost goes after the dog. So there's a lot of intense stuff here. It's the second war film that I've seen this year. The first was Fury. Fury is a very different film, not just because of the time it takes place in, but I feel like Fury might have had more action. This movie does have action, but the action, it's almost like when it happens, it hits hard. One other thing I want to mention is that there was a Q&A, surprisingly, after this, where the actress Sienna Miller showed up and talked to us for a little bit, so that was cool. And she mentioned that this originally was supposed to be directed by Steven Spielberg, which is very interesting because I couldn't see Spielberg at this point in his career directing a film like this, but he backed out, so Clint Eastwood took over, and I like that he took over. He's a great director. I respect him a lot, and I feel like he made this feel even more authentic and real as it probably would have been. So I enjoyed that. As far as Oscar talk goes, because you know now we're in that time where all of these serious, dramatic films are going to be coming out, and plenty of people are going to be talking about, should this be nominated for an Oscar? Should this actor be nominated for an Oscar? I'm not going to make any predictions like that because I can never predict what the Oscars are going to do. But if this film did get nominated, hell, if Bradley Cooper got nominated for Best Actor, I wouldn't be too surprised. I enjoyed this film a lot. My rating for this movie, I'm going to give it a full price. I definitely think this movie should be seen. Anyways, guys, let me know in the comments below. Since this film is so far away, let me know if you've heard of this film, if you're looking forward to it. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later!